A lot of times in life, you find yourself stuck or you feel stuck, and you're in between that. God, what am I supposed to be? What am I supposed to do? Right. And a lot of times you're stuck because you are just one faith move away from where God wants you to be. And let me explain to you why I say you're stuck. You see, in life, God wants us all to fulfill a certain purpose. My purpose might be different than yours. And the other day I was talking about alignment, and you can have a vision for your life. And that vision might stem from what you see everybody else doing. What's the popular thing to do? But God's vision for your life is not going to make you a millionaire. You might not have the best job. You might not have the best car, but every day that you wake up, you have peace of mind. And for a lot of people, we are so concerned about things. See, we attribute a person being blessed by what they have. Back in the old days, and I always talk about the old days because my grandparents raised me, but back then, their talk was different. See, it wasn't about just walking outside to that Cadillac. They gave thanks to God for just waking up in the morning. They thank God for just waking up and being in their right mind. But along the way, we started looking at the things and we said, okay, this superstar who's a famous whatever, God has blessed them above and beyond. But secretly, this person behind, when all the cameras are gone, they are crawled up in a bed. It might be a king size bed, but they are crawled up in the bed and got all the lights off and this, that, and other because they're miserable. And when I talk about one faith move, I'm going to use myself as an example. When I started doing these videos on Facebook, I might have 10 likes. I might have one day 5 likes. One day I might have one or none. But it was something inside of me that even when I wanted to quit, I kept doing it. And see, we in life, we want that quick thing. Like I always say, it's a microwave society. You want to wake up tomorrow and have 10,000 followers, which is going to get you some type of fame or whatever the case may be. And when you don't get it, you feel like a failure. And what I start doing is I start focusing on the craft of it. I start focusing on the why of it. Why are you doing it? Well, I'm doing it because every time I do it, I feel good. I feel complete. I feel like God has me in this lane for a reason. So my faith kicked in and I continued to do it. I made a video 2 days ago and I don't look at numbers. I look at nothing like that now. And my cousin hit me up and said, yo, do you see this? And it's like 16,000 whatever likes or whatever the case may be, right? And for some people, that seems like an overnight thing. But they don't understand. In 2012, when I'm just writing on Facebook, and the crazy thing is that 16,000, whatever the number is, that's on TikTok. That's a lot of people that don't really know me in real life. And I'm saying all of that to say this. Facebook is mostly family and friends that know me in real life. They know the struggle. They know the hardships. They know everything about me. 10 likes. So what that told me was God got something bigger for me. 2 days ago, over 16,000, whatever likes, whatever the case may be, right? Because God had something bigger for me. And my faith move was, listen, let me go ahead over here to TikTok and let me just try. And what's for me is what's for me. Because if you look at my TikTok and you look a year or two ago, it was the same thing that was happening in Facebook. But I utilized my faith and I tapped into my faith. And that is my message for anybody out there today. You're just one faith move away. You have to believe it. See, a lot of times, especially dealing in your peer circles, when you surround yourself with people who are comfortable just being here, you will never ascend here. Because even when you start ascending, that same group is going to pull you back down. Man, you acting weird. You acting funny. Isn't that life? I'm not supposed to be the same that I was 2 years ago because I'm not the same age as I was 2 years ago. And I talked about yesterday, time is the most thing that you can't get back. So why do so many people think I'm just going to take my 20s off and be wild and then start calming down in my 40s? Because guess what? Tomorrow's not promised. So when you wake up in the morning and what you want to do is, I am tired of working this 9 to 5. I want to do my own thing. Before you do that, have a conversation with God. Because what we think we should be might not be what God wants us to have. And I say it all the time, the devil is in the blessing business too. Because once you speak something out your mouth, that's when the devil can hear it. Okay, so they want to be a movie star. Okay, cool. And the devil will send someone your way that got a little camera and a little production team. Next thing you know, you done sold your soul for some fame. And the fame is going just like that. Look at all of our superstars today. We are the hardest on them. You know why? Because we like the story of them rising. But it's something about once they get past to where we think that they should go, we tear them down. We tear them down. See, my faith ain't in man. That's why I'm able to separate the gift from the person. See, we have this new society now that says, "Oh, I ain't got to go to church no more. These pastors is crooked. These pastors, there's not one perfect man. But see, you so focused on what the pastor doing because you don't believe in the man upstairs. Now, a pastor has way more responsibility because you are in charge of souls, but he's still a man. That's why you got to know the Bible for yourself. Because if you don't know it for yourself and you listening to an imperfect person, how you know what he's saying is right? And it just kills me that we put all the onus on the pastor, even though his job is great. But we got people in our personal lives that lie to us every day and we choose to stick it out. So this video might not be as deep as the other ones, right? But I just wanted to make a video for anybody out there right now that's stuck. You're in that in-between phase. You really don't know what to do. You're not going to know what to do when you're leaning on your own understanding. If you come across this video, this might be the first step. Not that I'm some apostle or this, that, and other. No, 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 no. But I believe that when God wants to get a message to you, it can come from anywhere. When I ran the marathon and I'm out there, I'm in San Diego and I'm running and I'm on the 5 freeway and I'm running, I wanted to quit, but I had got so far, there was no way to turn around. And I'm looking around and I'm like, even if I wanted to quit, I can't quit. I'm too far. I'm too far from the starting line and I'm too far from the finish. I am in the in-between. And that's life because life is a marathon. So what I had to do was dig deep. And that's what you got to do. So many people in life are right in that middle part of the marathon and you want to give up. That right there is when God he's right here for you because he is trying to talk to you. And sometimes you can't hear him until you're isolated. And isolation for some people is uncomfortable. And because it's uncomfortable, you start trying to bring people back in your life because it is the uncomfortable feeling to just be in silence. That's why when people go to sleep at night, they say, no, I need some type of noise because you need that distraction. But it's in the silence that God's trying to talk to you. When you wake up in the morning, if you stumble across this video, this might not be the video, but keep looking at some of the old videos because I believe that God can send a word through a child. My kids do stuff and it'll just incite something in me and I'll be like, man, okay, I hear you, God. But in order to hear God, you got to appreciate the isolation and you have to be willing to move in faith.